Okay, so Richard has called this event Get to the Point, so I thought I would spend the next, as John has reminded me, 5 minutes rather than 2 minutes, talking about what it means to get to the point. So really, what's the point? Well, the first recorded identification of the phrase getting to the point or get to the point was in 14th century medieval France, which was a very feudal and structured society, so as you can imagine it was probably a very useful phrase. But in English, the first recorded version of it was in Chaucer, and its close relation, cutting to the chase as well, was in The Wife of Bath's Tale, who at the time of the tale was on her 5th husband, so one imagines that perhaps her previous spouses didn't get to the point quite quickly enough. But the history of the term goes back way before that. So 500,000 years ago, we were hunting with very sharpened spears because people realised that actually if they had a point, it would be much easier to kill their prey. We also use the term in lots and lots of different ways. So in mountains and peninsulas, it's used to denote a particular efficient focus, and lots of other things that I can't remember now because I don't have my cue cards. But yeah, so anyway, philosophers from Socrates, Spinoza and Descartes have looked at what it means to have a point in life. And one of my favourite things ever is Blackadder saying, "Madam, life without you is like a broken pencil, pointless." Ballet shoes up until the French Revolution had no point. They had heels and were like ordinary shoes. However, after the French Revolution, it's not because of the French Revolution, I'm just using it as a breaking point, they were flat and had ribbons that allowed people to leap more so that they could point their toes. Anna Pavlova, of pudding fame, actually invented the point in ballet shoes by shoving a leather heel into the front of the shoe to create a box. Pointillism is a movement in art that uses points to build up a picture. It was developed by Seurat and Signac in the end of the 19th century. It was a reaction to Impressionism, and it was the movement that showed the importance of science in art because it showed that colour would have it showed the impact of colour depending on the colour that it was placed next to, and showed that that was important rather than the colour itself. The Russian artist Kandinsky famously said everything starts with a dot. So a dot is a flattened point. Yes, I'm going with that. Let's run with it. He was the first artist to privilege colour rather than light in painting, which had historically been the most important thing. The house in the previous slide was the one that he shared with the other artist, Paul Klee, who famously said, "A line is a dot that went for a walk." Both artists were very influenced by music, a system which uses dots to denote stuff. Roy Lichtenstein and Damien Hirst are artists who have also used points a lot in their work. Damien Hirst created more than 300 works of art using dots, and Lichtenstein used them in pop art to make his work look like newsprint. Kusama is a Japanese artist who is absolutely obsessed with points and dots and has covered everything from pumpkins to infinity rooms in spots and dots and points, and always wears them herself. She is obsessed with the idea that this takes her closer to an idea of infinity and becoming at one with the universe. John Baldessari famously created work that literally told people where to look by using pointing, and that went really quickly. So that brings us neatly back to the way that it is used linguistically because of the relationship between visual and structural. We use dots, points a lot in punctuation to help us communicate. You can't make an omelette without breaking eggs. Well, that was meant to be funnier, never mind. Braille is a system of communication. It's universal for blind people that uses raised dots and is read by running your hand over how it feels. Points are also used as a system of rewards. So in reward marketing, loyalty marketing, we say that you can collect points, and you do well if you collect points. So it's encouraging and rewarding, and is actually a very successful form of marketing. Procrastination is the opposite of getting to the point, and is often ironically, I now can't remember, often happens because of fear and anxiety about the actual thing that you're supposed to be doing. We all procrastinate sometimes. Don't do it too much, it becomes a problem. Thank you. That's the last slide. I hope you feel that I got to the point, that I made a point, and that first thing was meant to be getting to the point at the end. So yeah, hope you felt I get to the point. Thank you.